Ua, introduce yourself, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, Dumila, Dumilani, Re Aloha, Gorumelwe. Welcome to this very special occasion. All systems are online, and the atmosphere is set for innovation. We are here to celebrate and visualize Botswana's digital future. Our program is about to begin.
I think she's a little bit upset that we started late.
Welcome and good to see you. My
So,
name is Ua. Thank you for joining us.
There we go.
Please grab a welcome drink, connect to the free Wi-Fi and each other. Settle down as we await the official start of the event at 9 a.m.
Yeah, she's still a little bit mad. I think I'm in the dog box. So while I go and apologize, I'm going to kick off the program and let you know that I'm a little bit excited and have a little bit of trepidation to get off the stage, but we have a truly, truly special performance interpreting the journey of the Digital Delta Data Center in the form of theater. Please put your hands together for the internationally acclaimed Mopato Dance Theater.
Botswana Fiber Networks, BOFINET, a wholesale provider of national and international telecommunication infrastructure in Botswana. BOFINET was formed in 2012 when the government of Botswana repealed the Botswana Telecommunications Corporation Act to open the market for competition. At that time, they were preparing BTC for initial public offering, so to break its monopoly. As a result, they established BOFINET to produce, to manage, and to improve the long-distance distribution networks and be a provider to BTC, Mascom, Bebosec, Orange Botswana, and other network service providers in Botswana. If you must know, some of BTC assets were transferred to BOFINET to enable it to deliver on its mandate.
Okavango Delta is an important wildlife area. However, the delta is made of superb wildlife with a large population of mammals and excellent birds, particularly in the breeding season. In essence, the Okavango Delta is a hub for all the flora and fauna within it.
Mukol, symbolic of the river. The one that steers and ensures that everything is moving in the right direction. Danger Delta is directing traffic.
Weaver bird nest. Weaver birds are unique as the only birds that can tie knots. They also believe in building their intricate nests in huge communities in one tree. Now, let that sink in the context of a data center. Better security and strength in numbers.
Ha ne ke se boineng ka botsa gore a bana ba ha bana batsadi. No, I think they deserve a little bit better than that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a performance from a group of young Botswana who recently raised Botswana's flags to the highest heights, coming forth at the World Dance Festival in South Korea. So I think they have earned and deserve a massive, massive round of applause. And what a way to set the tone for the day. There's no better time than now, ladies and gentlemen, for me to invite our host, the Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable David Tsere, to officially welcome us all to this auspicious occasion.
Thank you very much, Programs Director and your co-director. I forgot the name, but Kua, the AI agent who is assisting you this morning. Honorable Caesar Moeti Mohasa, Minister of State President, Honorable Minister of Labor and Home Affairs, Major General Pius Mokware, Honorable Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, Honorable Noah Salakai, Honorable Minister of Trade and Entrepreneurship, Honorable Turayaone Nzima, Honorable Minister of Health, Honorable Dr. Stephen Mudise, Honorable Assistant Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable Sean Taylor, His Worship, the Mayor of Gaborone, Honorable Motlaleng, Deputy Commander of the Botswana Defense Force, and a representative from the Botswana prisons, and a representative from the Botswana Police, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Communication and Innovation, Ramasiga, Acting Chief Executive Officer of Botswana Fiber Network, Resogole, Assistant District Commissioner, Mr. Masole, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Bofinet, Resechaba, and other board members of Bofinet here present, and all other CEOs of different parastatals here present, and other board members from these parastatals here present as well, and all permanent secretaries and deputy permanent secretaries here present, captains of the industry, members of the media, directors of ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It is indeed a very good morning today, and morning to you all, and a very warm welcome to the official launch of the Digital Delta Data Center, or DC for short. And I like the dance that was here, the theater that we just saw. I think they took most of my speech in theater, as they explained the Delta aspect and the naming of the Digital Delta from the Okavango Delta, which symbolizes abundance, reliability, resilience of the Okavango Delta. And this is where we got the name, the Digital Delta Data Center. thank you for honoring our invitation to this auspicious event. It is my distinct privilege to host you this morning. The Digital Delta Data Center is a project under the Botswana Fiber Networks, which, as you are aware, is 100% owned by Botswana government under the stewardship of Ministry of Communication and Innovation. This project stands proudly as a symbol of our vision as a country to transform Botswana into a digital powerhouse in the region. The UDC government also has a well-articulated policy on digital transformation to digitalize the entire government and ensure that every Botswana is digitally connected and digitally enabled. This is our true north as government. And in addition, we are committed to ensuring that ICT services are affordable, accessible, and reliable for every Botswana. The Digital Delta Data Center is a key element of the vast ICT infrastructure that our government has already invested in through Bofinet. This vast network infrastructure includes the undersea cables on the eastern side of Africa and the western coast of Africa. This partnership on terrestrial networks transiting through South Africa and Namibia, as well as over the 16,000 kilometers of backbone fiber network around the length and breadth of this country. This diverse infrastructure demonstrates the government's unwavering commitment to digitally connect Botswana to the world. The missing link in this diverse ICT infrastructure was the National Data Center to act as a nerve center of the entire ecosystem, enabling secure storage, web hosting, internet exchange points, the running of essential businesses and government services, and supporting complex applications such as artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and cloud computing. Bofinet has worked very hard to deliver this project, setting the country on a course to achieve our aspiration to complete the digital transformation. Ministers here present, this digital data center was built as a world-class data center that can serve current and future needs of this country, while taking advantage of Botswana's strategic position in SADC to serve the needs of the region with benefits such as the reduced latencies to countries north of Botswana. That desire to create a world-class facility culminates in a decision to go for a global recognition certification. The Uptime Institute tier certification is a global standard for design, construction, and ongoing operation of data centers. Achieving a tier rating signals to investors, customers, and markets that this facility meets the highest standards for infrastructure, functionality, and capacity. In that regard, I am proud to announce that on the 23rd of October 2025, this data center was awarded Tier 3 certification of constructed facilities by Uptime Institute. This means that this data center can undergo planned maintenance on critical infrastructure components without interrupting core operations. This is how we bury system down. This means that this data center can undergo planned maintenance on critical infrastructure components without interrupting the core operations. This is the first Tier 3 career neutral data center in Botswana. This achievement demonstrates Bofinet's commitment to operational excellence and provision of world-class ICT infrastructure in Botswana. As the Minister of Communication and Innovation, I have pledged my full support to Bofinet on this data center. The Department of Shared Digital Services is preparing to migrate. In fact, the process has started to migrate all government systems currently hosted by the department to this data center. We are migrating our systems to this more reliable environment and resilient systems in place to enable full efficiency of the data center and seamless service delivery to every Motswana. As a ministry, we recognize that we have old and ailing infrastructure that needs to be overhauled. And this process of migration is a very delicate one, having to continue functioning while migrating. This is the most difficult part that we are about to undertake. But I believe in the capacity and the tenacity of our people to execute seamlessly this job. Ladies and gentlemen, I also want to state that as a Ministry of Communications and Innovation, we intend to propose a review of the Data Protection Act that came into effect in January this year. I want the act to compel businesses operating in Botswana to store their data in Botswana. This is the data sovereignty we are talking about. There is absolutely no reason for any businesses in Botswana to still be storing its data outside Botswana when we have a Tier 3 certified data center that can accommodate your needs. It's a high availabilities and concurrent maintainable uptime guarantee and connectivity assurances. You have a high performance in this data center for the needs of your business. And I'm very happy today, just like when the president talks about businesses pay minimum wage of 4,000 pula even before the legislation comes. I'm very happy here that we already have clients who are already occupying this data center even before we mandate that all businesses which are doing business in Botswana should have their data reside in the country. And I'm very happy about that. I want to assure you that this data center will not only power digital transformation, but it will improve the lives of Botswana through innovation and employment creation. During the project phase of this data center, more than 270 jobs were created for Botswana. I am confident that many more will be created directly and indirectly as this data center powers our economy and steers innovation. In addition, the project phase capacitated a significant number of Botswana with skills to develop complex ICT infrastructure of global standards. There are 18 citizen-owned subcontractors with a different work package in this project, building skills and experience for future projects of this nature, especially among the youth. And I must add, this facility is now being taken care of by Botswana engineers and technicians. Ladies and gentlemen, and as I come to a close, I wish to once again warmly welcome each and every one of you to this occasion. I stand proud of what we have achieved as a nation with this project and what we will continue to achieve through the operation of this project. I wish to congratulate Bofinet, the management, and the boards for delivering this project on behalf of the country. I have told the leadership of Bofinet in very clear terms that they have to commercialize this facility. Therefore, I call and invite all of you here today to bring your businesses to the digital Delta data center, and I wish you a pleasant day. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for those words. In the next segment, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be having a conversation with the acting CEO of Bofinet, Re Kiabetu Sohole, to unpack a little bit more about what this data center means for Botswana and what we can expect for it. Mr. S?
Can you hear me? Is it working? Can you hear me? Yeah? Huh? This is not working.
I promise you this won't happen with the Digital Delta Data Center. This is just proof of what can go wrong when you rely on technology. And I think Mr. S is going to tell us a little bit more about how this will definitely not happen when you store your data at the Triple DC. Mr. S, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, Penyo Moroka, the Minister of State President, Honorable Moeti Cesar Muhasa, the Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable David Tsere, and Assistant Minister, Honorable Sean Ntlai. Other Honorable Ministers and Assistant Ministers present, let me say protocol observed. I'm about to have an interaction with Penyo here, just to unpack what this facility represents and what each of you can expect from it.
Thanks very much, Mr. S. It's been said repeatedly, today is a big day, not only for Bofinet, but for our country. How does it feel to bear witness to the result of all the work that's got into this facility over the past few years?
It is truly exciting, Penyo. This has been quite a journey. This data center and its launch today are a big, big achievement for Bofinet and our country.
Okay. Can you tell us how that is the case?
First of all, I believe our dignitaries and our guests today may have been expecting to see the President of the country officially launch this data center. However, due to unexpected circumstances, which is an emergency, he has not been able to come. Now, that on its own, that the president of the country, the president of our country, was willing to come and launch this facility, it's a massive privilege for our organization. However, look at the dignitaries that are here today. We have about 6 honorable ministers present today. That's a privilege for Bofinet. We are really, really happy that they have found time to come and be with us today. Thank you, Honorable Muhasa, for accepting to come here today. Secondly, Penyo, for Bofinet to deliver a project of this magnitude, fully funded by revenues generated from our own operations, it is a moment of immense pride. These revenues comes from both national customers and international customers. It is worth noting that Bofinet stopped receiving government subvention in 2018. We have been operating without government assistance in terms of operations for the past seven years. As an organization, our aim has always been to sustain our operations and diversify our income streams. And the data center that we are launching today is one of those revenue diversification initiatives. We are proud as an organization of how over the last 12 years of our existence, that's how young this organization is, ladies and gentlemen, 12 years old. We have cemented our position as a reliable ICT partner to the government, to the private sector, and also as a gateway to global connectivity for both Botswana and our region. Lastly but not least, this data center is an enabler. It is a Tier 3 facility, certified, as the minister has indicated, by the Uptime Institute. So, that on its own speaks volumes about this world-class facilities. The Honorable Minister earlier spoke about migration of all government systems to this data center. This migration means that the systems that power public services, such as vehicle and driver's licenses, that's being renewals and even first-timers, social security disbursements, Omang and passport applications, and many others will now be more accessible, faster, and more reliable. It also means that Botswana can now be assured of the security of their personal data, and the country as a whole can attain data sovereignty, reducing exposure and improving national security, which is critical, very, very critical in this era where cyber security is a priority for many countries.
I think it is really quite impressive, Resegole. You know, you mentioned Bofinet being 12 years old. Kana ora le standard 7.
Yeah.
So for the standard 7, it really, really is quite. It really, really is quite something spectacular. Yeah. Now, the Honorable Minister Habua, and you've also just touched on it. You spoke about businesses and encouraging Botswana, and maybe even making it mandatory for Botswana businesses to now store their data, more Botswana. What exactly is then, or what are the benefits for Botswana businesses with a facility of this nature?
Yeah. Where we are in this space, Penyo, with a lot of things happening in the digital space. You know, this data center means that Botswana can innovate in cloud services, in artificial intelligence, in Internet of Things, and many other next generation technologies. With assurance, obviously, that we have the infrastructure to support that innovation. This is a pathway to job creation. It's a pathway to job creation. It also means that local businesses can bring their services closer to their customers, faster and more efficiently, delivering unparalleled customer experience and creating a competitive edge. There will also be what I call superior security and reliability for their systems, better than your usual, traditional server rooms. This is guaranteed by our Tier 3 status. With this carrier and vendor-neutral data center, businesses don't have to construct their own data centers and disaster recovery sites. They don't have to.
I like that. Now you mentioned security and resilience quite emphatically here. Why is that important?
It is important, Penyo. Absolutely important. As you know, security is about.
Yeah. The security. Or let me ask this question this way. First, security, first, resilience. And one of the most important assets that a company has is its asset, particularly in the next-gen technologies. We're talking about cloud services. We have technologies like UA that have been built by young Botswana in Botswana. One would think that a facility like this is critical in ensuring that our IP, the data sovereignty that was spoken about, our IP needs to then be protected at all costs.
Yeah.
Is this saying that this facility answers or sorts out that issue or addresses that issue?
Oh, yeah, all right. No, thank you for that question. As you know, Penyo, in a digital economy, data is the most valuable asset. So with this data center, which has multi-level security to give our customers peace of mind, and that their data they have entrusted us with is in good hands. So we assure you, potential clients, that you will have a peace of mind. I speak as a former CTO, knowing that when you have your systems housed in a secure environment that is reliable, you absolutely go to bed without worrying about, safety of your systems and your data. Similarly, the fact that we are a Tier 3 certified data center guarantees that we can shut down, as the minister has said, down any of our critical systems at any time for maintenance without affecting the core operations of the data center, thereby guaranteeing business continuity for our customers.
Right. Yeah. That is indeed a very compelling value proposition. And, you know, in conversations around topics like this, we tend to hear people talk a lot about this thing called latency. What is that, especially in terms to, or rather in relation to this data center and maybe what it means for us as business people?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me paint a picture. Imagine where we are with this data center, and many systems are placed here. Now, to answer your question directly, latency is simply the time that a packet of data takes to travel from its origin to its destination. To give you an example, when we measure latency between Gaborone and London, we say it's about 180 milliseconds. When you measure a latency between Gaborone and Johannesburg, it's about 20 milliseconds. Now, if it's in Botswana, we are talking under 10 milliseconds. Therefore, you see, where content is stored and the geographical distance that it has to travel to reach its users is the cornerstone of customer experience.
Yes.
Responsiveness is everything. It's everything. By housing a local or regional internet exchange point, this data center will bring content closer, much closer to its users. We'll get better upload and download speeds, more creativity. This is very important in this global ecosystem where you know that time is money. This presents an opportunity for our small and medium enterprises such as content creators and small medium enterprises such as content creators and small e-commerce businesses. As a matter of fact, Botswana's position within SADC region makes the DDC more ideal as a peering point for customers in countries north of Botswana, because compared to regional data centers, the DDC will provide those lower latencies.
Right. Now, can you tell us what this DDC represents for content distribution networks? As you may be aware, we are streaming live on platforms like Facebook, on different various accounts. I know we might also have representatives from CDNs like your Metas and Googles and Microsofts in the room, or even watching online. What would you say to them at this moment, particularly in that context of speed of communication?
Yeah. I've seen some of them here already. That is an important conversation to have, Penyo. By peering within the DDC, these CDNs will now have closer access to a potential market of approximately 400 million people in the SADC region who will enjoy lower latencies, as I've explained earlier what the latency is, and better user experience. Botswana has a very stable power supply, which is a major advantage over some of our neighbors, making the DDC an ideal peering point. We're having conversations with the SADC Secretariat to have a regional internet exchange here in Botswana. So where we are at the moment, it is Bofinet and one company in Zimbabwe that have been shortlisted or that have gone to the last part of the evaluation. So we are hoping to, to house the SADC Internet Regional Exchange here in Botswana. So just to add, so that you understand what Bofinet and the government has achieved. No, Bofinet has built a resilient fiber network with capacities in multiple submarine cables and robust multi-route terrestrial network through both South Africa and Namibia. This extensive network converges at the DCDC, demonstrating how this world-class ecosystem can serve as a gateway into SADC. Imagine what the IXP housed here. We are already providing services to customers as far afield as the Democratic Republic of Congo. Well, obviously through Zambia, because we don't share a border with DRC. So we see ourselves as being well positioned to serve as a regional digital hub for this region.
I see no reason why Bofinet shouldn't win that. We should absolutely take that SADC piece of business. Anyway, Mr. S, we could talk forever, but time, unfortunately, is not on our side. Now, our chat has been very insightful. I think you've touched on some very important things. What would your parting shots then be to people in this room, to potential customers in this room, and more importantly, to the people that I know are watching online that are yet to evaluate that tender, if I can call it that we're participating in?
Yeah. So today, Botswana steps boldly into a new digital era with the launch of this facility we call the DCDC. This is not just a data center, but a platform for limitless possibilities. It signals what we can achieve through a shared vision and commitment. We boldly invite potential partners from across the world to innovate, build, and grow with us. So, as we have laid a secure and digital foundation for Botswana and our region. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all. Have a blissful day.
Thank you very much, Mr. S.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
One more time, please, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Kiabetwe Sekgole, Acting Chief Executive Officer, Botswana Fiber Networks. And also, a very big round of applause for all the teams. Honorable Minister mentioned that there were quite a lot of teams that were involved in the construction of this prime facility, and also for the Botswana, who are now entrusted with the operation of this facility. I think we're there amongst the top of the world. It's our time. We may have seen in the news so many things in so many different arenas. Hela go te Botswana, top of the world. Hela go te Botswana, top of the world. This is just another step to Botswana being top of the world. So thank you once again, Mr. S, for that conversation. I have absolutely no doubt that this facility here is poised to deliver so much, not only for our people, but for our region and indeed the continent. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the moment we are all here for is now upon us, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to invite our guest of honor this morning, the Minister for State President, the Honorable Moeti Caesar Mohasa, to deliver the launch address and officially declare the Digital Delta Data Center open. After he speaks, I'm going to invite Honorable Minister Tsere, our board chair, and Mr. S to just join him up on stage for a quick photo op for our media who are there, and then we'll move on to the next.
Honorable David Tsere, Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable Sean Ntaile, Assistant Minister of Communications and Innovation, and for now the Acting Minister of Finance, Honorable Ministers and Assistant Ministers, Honorable Modise, Minister of Health, Honorable Noah Saragai, Minister of Transport and Innovation, retired Major General Pius Mokhwar, Minister of Labor and Home Affairs, not Minister Ntsima, Minister of Trade, all permanent secretaries here present, the mayor of the mighty city of Gaborone, Mr. Warabile Senyolo Nyolo Motaleng, Mr. Mulimisi Nelson Sechaba, Chairman of the Board of Directors of Bofinet, other board members here present, senior government officials here present, captains of industry, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. I am happy this morning to launch the Digital Delta Data Center, Botswana's National Data Center. This facility represents a significant milestone towards the realization of our digital transformation strategy as a government and as a country. It is a symbol of national pride and a mark of our progress. ICT infrastructure is a key enabler to connectivity to facilitate socio-economic progress. In addition to the digital transformation strategy, that is a fundamental part of the UDC's blueprint, government recently launched the Economic Transformation Program, which aims to unlock new engines of growth for our economy, create jobs, position Botswana competitively in the region and globally, and as well as support inclusive and sustainable development. Advancement in our national ICT landscape is a key enabler for both the ambitious economic transformation program and the digital transformation strategy. The Digital Delta Data Center attained Tier 3 certification of constructed facility by Uptime Institute on October 23, 2025. The award certifies the DDC as Tier 3 concurrently maintainable criteria of Uptime Institute, indicating that the data center is capable of supporting any planned work on the site infrastructure without disrupting the computer room power and cooling facility. The facility is designed and built to meet world standards. It will significantly improve our service delivery. Over the years, the government of Botswana, through the Ministry of Communications and Innovation, invested heavily in secure, scalable, and resilient ICT infrastructure with the aim of facilitating universal access to connectivity for our people, while providing our global competitiveness as a country. Addition of this Tier 3 certified data center will allow Botswana to realize the full potential of its fiber network and complete a digital infrastructure ecosystem that will fuel economic growth of the country. One of the key priorities when we assumed office was to expedite the implementation of regulatory frameworks to secure Botswana's data sovereignty, giving the government the authority and right to govern and control data managed, generated within the borders of Botswana. In this digital era, and indeed in the fourth industrial revolution, data is a strategic asset that can be exploited for economic, political, or social benefit. For this reason, Parliament passed the Data Protection Act of 2024, which came into effect in January 2025, paving the way for the environment that protects personal data of our people and safeguards our national interests. The data center is a strategic national asset which grants Botswana sovereignty over its data, and I implore all the public and private sector players represented here today to make use of it to comply with the law. As I indicated, the law came into force in January because the Data Protection Commission falls under the Ministry for State President. We are inundated with complaints from people complaining that we are not ready to enforce that piece of legislation. I remember at one stage we had to call Bofinet, Orange, and other service providers who assured us that they were ready and upscaling to ensure that there is full compliance with this piece of legislation. Botswana is strategically located in the SADC region to serve as a hub for many sectors. The government is determined to exploit the full potential of our geographical position to establish regional linkages and strategic partnerships with our neighbors. With the data center boom that we are seeing globally and in Africa, the Digital Delta Data Center is poised to serve as a regional digital hub, facilitating connectivity and transformation for a population of approximately 350 million people. Botswana has for a long time been a beacon of good governance and socio-economic advancement for the continent. Botswana is therefore committed to safeguarding this heritage and to position the country as a model of sound economic growth in the region and continentally. The Ministry of Communications and Innovation has over the past few years hosted some regional counterparts who aspire to build their own national data centers who wish to learn from us. This is truly commendable because it attests to our progressive posture and potential to lead and inspire the region. We recently unveiled the draft National Development Plan 12, which is now in force. It came into force on the 1st of November this year. This plan focuses on robust implementation, monitoring, and evaluation frameworks within government. We are shifting the public service culture from a process-based approach to a results-oriented one to align with government's core objectives of discipline, urgency, and delivering visible impact. In addition, we want decision-making within government to be data-driven, which calls for an overhaul of all systems and tools that we rely on to close data gaps that we have identified. Robust ICT infrastructure such as this one is critical to the success of NDP 12 to facilitate the public service to effectively discharge its responsibilities and deliver services to our people. Youth unemployment is one of our major challenges as a country. The acting Chief Executive Officer of DDDC has shown that a number of jobs were created during the construction of this data center. This is commendable. I hope that as we expand services offered by this center, you will realize a positive knock-on effect on job creation. I believe the data center will enable the industries such as the creatives, fintech, and artificial intelligence to thrive. I also hope the center will inspire our youth to venture into ICT-based careers such as coding as we build infrastructure that will power careers of the future. As I conclude, I wish to congratulate Honorable Tsairi, Honorable Ntaile, the leadership of Bofinet and other stakeholders who were instrumental in making this project a success. I also congratulate you on the recent award of the Tier 3 status for this data center. Thank you for delivering a world-class project that is a source of national pride and the bedrock of success for many of our plans as government. Continue to reach far and wide in an endeavor to connect our people globally and to position Botswana to compete globally. Apule nebagaetso.
Photo op. Let me also take this opportunity to say thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for those powerful words. And a big thank you for the government's visionary leadership that is steering Botswana into this new digital era. Thank you, Honorable Ministers. Thank you, Board Chair. Thank you, Mr. CEO. I had thought I had adequately apologized to my co-MC for making her a little bit upset, but let's see if she's ready, or I might need to buy flowers after this.
To deliver the vote of thanks, I now welcome the Bofinet Board Chairperson, Mr. Molamisi Shechaba. A fitting choice, Mr. Shechaba is also the Head of Information and Technology Integration and Management at Botswana. He therefore understands, from both a governance and an enterprise consumer perspective, just how critical resilient and secure data infrastructure is for our nation's most vital industries.
Nyame, I'm forgiven.
Thank you so much, Penyo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. The Minister of State President, Honorable Moeti Moasa, the Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable David Sere, and Assistant Minister, Honorable Shonin Taile, other Honorable Ministers and Assistant Ministers present, all protocol is observed. Director of Ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to express my most sincere gratitude to Honorable Minister Moeti Moasa, who is representing the President of Botswana, Advocate Duma Gideon Boko, on this occasion. Your presence today means even more to us, given all the other commitments that we know you have. I thank you for your words of appreciation for the work that we do as Bofinet. I trust that by showcasing this data center today and what it can do for our country, we have provided you and your leadership in Cabinet with yet another reason to continue to speak with authority about the readiness of our country to host global investors. I wish to thank our Minister of Communications and Innovation, Honorable Tsere, Assistant Minister Honorable Ntaile, and the leadership of the Ministry of Communications and Innovation for your support and guidance that has made it possible for us to successfully complete this project. The plan has always been for the government to be the anchor tenant at the data center, and I'm very grateful, Minister, that you have echoed this intent in your speech. We look forward to hosting the government systems and facilitating the government to achieve its objectives as laid out in the Economic Transformation Program and NDP 12. Minister, I wish to thank my predecessors, Re Utusitse Libuleswe, who's sitting right there, Mayor Pelani Siwawandai, and Mr. Mokets Ratsela, who have all led the board of directors of Bofinet at different times since its inception until very recently. The vision for this data center goes far back in the 12-year journey of Bofinet, the Standard 7 Laga Ping. And since the groundbreaking of the data center in 2021, the leadership baton has changed hands a few times, but the vision has remained consistent. I therefore thank those that came before me for the role that they have played at different stages of this project and in contributing to the success that we are celebrating today. Thank you. I also want to thank Rasogole, the acting CEO of Bofinet, and his predecessors, Mr. Kolese and Mr. Mabua, who have also played very significant parts in bringing us to this point. Your vision, your leadership, and your tenacity during these tough times are highly appreciated. I want to give special mention to the recent award of the Tier 3 certification and say that on behalf of the entire board of Bofinet, we are all immensely proud of you, Rasogole, and your team in achieving this. This certification positions the DDC among the highly regarded in the region and demonstrates that as a country, we can back up our vision with meticulous execution. The strategic location of Botswana in the heart of SADC has been spoken about in detail. As Bofinet, we have already taken advantage of this by providing services to some international customers through our IPLC service. Mr. Sogole also spoke about a significant portion of our revenue coming from international customers. This data center is an enhancement to our value proposition to continue our strategy of regional market development. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to extend my warmest gratitude to the team that worked with Uptime Institute to ensure that the certification process is successful. Special mention goes to Mr. Olu and his AOS consulting engineers team, who played a very critical role in guiding us through the process. We thank you so much, sir. Lastly, thank you, sir. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I want to thank everyone who has had a role in this project. Bofinet staff, architects, contractors, and engineers, I thank you for your resilience and your commitment to delivering a world-class data center that represents so much of our country. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Resichaba, for those words. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to hand back to my co-MC for the next segment of the program.
Mr. President, honorable ministers, MCI Acting PS, Board Chair and CEO, may I please invite you now to proceed to the ceremonial area for the official ribbon cutting and plaque unveiling. Kindly note that for security reasons, photography is strictly prohibited within the facility. May I invite all our guests to rise as the President and his delegation proceed to the ribbon cutting ceremony, followed by a tour of the data center. This is the symbolic activation. As the President prepares to cut the ribbon, he is not just opening a building. He is officially launching Botswana's first vendor-neutral Tier 3 certified data center. In this moment, Fenyo, I can confidently say that Botswana's digital future looks brilliant.
tapakela olalako Wanonkambi takare 6 to 6 Wanonkambi takare 6 to 6 Wanonkambi takare 6 to 6 Ukwaniza mkana kaliswana Liswana silaga Ukwaniza kaliswana Liswana silaga Ukwaniza mkana kaliswana Liswana silaga Liswana silaga Liswana silaga Liswana silaga Liswana silaga Teni wanyana teni 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 Pampa wala pisa mdo honwa kisama Teni wanyana teni Teni wanyana teni Teni wanyana teni Teni wanyana teni Teni wanyana teni
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I'm audible outside the hall. Please make your way back into the hall. We just want to wrap up the event, do a little bit of logistics. We have arranged for tours of the facility for everyone who is here after the honorable ministers are done. So please do bear with us. We have made sure that you too can have an opportunity to view this spectacular facility. So if you will, please do come back into the hall, enjoy some of the entertainment that's been happening in here without you. In the not so distant time from now, we'll then arrange for tours of the facility. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if I may have your indulgence just one more time. As I've mentioned, and I will mention it again, it has been arranged for everyone to get an opportunity to tour the facility. In the meantime, we do have entertainment from the Mopato Dance Theatre Band. We have also arranged some eating logistics, and I hope I'm audible, outside the tent, just to facilitate the logistics for meals. The cabanas directly in front of the tent, or this main tent, is where you'll have your brunch. And this is how we please request that we handle the eating logistics, just to make sure there's not a long queue or long queues at the serving points. Tables 4, 5, and 6. If you were seated on tables 4, 5, and 6, please feel free to go and grab some brunch. It is self-service. However, we do have some servers there to guide you through the meal selection. After 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 9, if you're seated at table 7, 8, and 9, you'll then be able to go. Maybe we just give them a quick 5, 10 minutes. And then 10, 11, and 12. Then 13, 14, 15. And 16, 17, 18. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen, very much for being with us today. Thank you for your indulgence. Thank you for your patience, particularly as we split the event in two for a short while. But we are all together now, and I think I can officially say brunch is now served. And if you would like to take a tour of the facility, please feel free to hang out and network with us. If you have urgent business to go and handle, that is also okay. We can always arrange for special tours after the fact. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. They're not coming back. I was saying about Dulea and Hawaii.